Hey guys, what is going on? We've got all of the details in the upcoming Season 3 Reloaded update for Vanguard and Warzone. This is actually going to be coming out on May the 24th, and depending on where you do live, this might actually already be out by the time you're checking out this video, but this is a pretty cool update. It's not a massive update for Vanguard, which is a little unfortunate as we're not super interested in Warzone, but apparently there's some pretty big changes coming to Warzone, so we're going to read through them as well. Starting us off here at the top here with the header, the Classified Arms Reloaded update, new fast travel system in Warzone, the Sphere map in Vanguard. So there is a little bit going on, which is very, very interesting as well. Starting off with, of course, the header as well. The storm may have passed over Caldera, but there is still a front to fight before this season is over. Classified Arms Reloaded, a series of updates that will continue the third season of Vanguard and Warzone, will bring new features, modes, bundles to be combined with the benefits of Raven software, Sledgehammer Games, Beanox, and Toys for Bob. These are all the Call of Duty studios working on Vanguard and Warzone. This mid-season update will be live in both games following a May 24th update in Vanguard at 10 AM and a Warzone update at 9 AM May 25th. So coming out at different times depending on what game you are playing. 10 AM Pacific time is actually 3 AM my time, so this is going to be a bit of an early update for me. I'm not going to be waking up to get up and play the game at that time. From advancing across Caldera in an underground mine tunnel, so this is like the little fast travel system that they are implementing, to unearthing the secrets of the new multiplayer map Sphere. So it does appear that we're only receiving one new multiplayer map in this update, which is a little unfortunate. I really would have liked to see a little bit more map content coming in this update, especially since we only received one in the season update as well, which is not ideal, but again, new maps in this game, always cool. Remember, this is only a small sampling of the key changes coming to both games. Season 3 Reloaded will feature numerous quality of life updates, including a new squad heads-up display for Warzone that is set to be highlighted in the patch notes coming out alongside these updates. So hopefully there is a little bit of extra stuff coming in the update, especially for Vanguard, because that is what we do care about. Maybe some more weapon balancing stuff, some more quality of life things to just sort of bring up everything into line with some of the more meta tier weapons and stuff like that. And of course, maybe some features. I know people are still talking about like the packet burst thing still being a thing on some of the older consoles, which is definitely unfortunate. So again, addressing those issues and stuff like camos as well would definitely go a long way for most people. So we're going to briefly go over some of the Warzone stuff here because we're not super interested in it, but as you can see, there is the new underground transit system. They did add this in the original map, but now they're adding it to Caldera, which is an underground minecart system, which is very, very cool. Moving further through, as you can see, they're getting a new perk in Warzone as well, which is the Serpentine perk, which basically allows you to sort of take less damage when you are sort of sprinting and dodging around people, which is very, very strange. Sprinting reduces incoming damage from bullets, explosives, and fire by 20%. It's not going to be an auto pick perk apparently, but because there is some pretty decent one-tier perks, but I mean, being able to take less damage when you are sprinting around everywhere is actually a pretty significant change here, so this is definitely going to be a consideration for a lot of people in the perk 1 slot. There's going to be new items in Warzone, Gulag entry, redeploy extraction, and more. Of course, you get a Gulag entry token, so apparently you can die more than once by the looks of things. I think that's what that means. Moving on to the redeploy extraction token, the other token also developed by Raven is something that Warzone veterans may be familiar with. A token that grants an automatic redeploy without any need to visit the Gulag. That is very, very cool on top. There's a speed boost apparently that could appear in a supply box. There's a radar jammer that does a layer to scramble attack map of enemy players. There's high value, high stakes, high value loot zones in Warzone. Again, it seems that they are changing up some of the loot zones after Operation Monarch. It's very, very cool. Adding some more interesting loot zones, meanwhile there's going to be higher concentrated people going to these areas. You get into more gunfights and make the game a little bit more interesting in those areas. There is new game modes as well, Champion of Caldera, which does appear to be a solo playlist where you do go against 150 maximum players in singles and continuously closing circles. So the circle's going to come in and all of the operators are going to be 1v1ing each other and they're going to be coming in the same spot. It's going to be very, very cool. All operators do drop in with their custom loadout, a gas mask, and a single redeploy extraction token. That's very, very interesting here. So keep an eye out for this one if you are interested in Warzone solos, because you should have a pretty good time here. Now, moving on to the stuff we actually care about here, the new Vanguard multiplayer map, which is Sphere. And having read this description already, this sounds super, super cool. It actually almost sounds a little bit like Buried, which is the zombies map from Black Ops 2. Very, very interesting stuff here. In Call of Duty Vanguard, Classified Arms Reloaded will bring Sphere, a new multiplayer map featuring an underground weapons lab hidden beneath the facade of a coal mine. On the top floor, battle in the dusty environments of a mock coal mining village featuring wooden buildings, crates, and natural formations that will feel like you're in a veritable gunslinger in the Old West. So again, this is going to be one of those things where you do see like the top facade fake style bit, which we have seen on maps, of course, like Decoy, which is very, very interesting, but actually does feel a little bit like Buried, where there's that top floor, the big like catwalk thing at the top, and then you sort of fall down into the rest of the map, which is very, very cool. Head underground and you'll be greeted by the mine, concrete tunnels, workshop, and central lab where operators can flood in from all sides. As you can see, this is the central main lab area, which does look very, very sweet. Again, operators who best navigate the various ins and outs of the upper and lower environments are likely to gain the upper hand in combat no matter the mode. So I'm very, very excited to try out this map. This isn't our new gun. I believe this is actually the well gun, which is definitely an interesting thing to show off in this particular screenshot. I mean, they probably should have just put the new gun in, but it is what it is here. Moving on, as I mentioned in a previous video, we are getting a new operator in this update. Kim Tae-young does complete Task Force Harpy, and of course, she is the lovely masked lady here. She has this gun, but as you can see in a little bit of description here, her preferred weapon is the new H4 Blixen. Speaking of the H4 Blixen, this is the bad boy. As you can see right here, it looks pretty goofy, but I mean, this thing's going to be pretty cool in this game. Again, the H4 Blixen SMG favored by Special Operations Forces. This hard-hitting SMG offers mobility and accuracy in medium-range engagements. In my opinion, this is going to perform very similarly to something like the Tech 9 from Cold War, which was a very, very powerful weapon. Of course, some of the stats and the numbers were a little bit different in that game, but this should be a very powerful SMG in my opinion. Slow firing, but again, very accurate and does do decent damage at those sort of medium distances for an SMG. The Owen gun is the most notable slow-firing SMG in the weapon category, but in Classified Arms Reloaded, the H4 Blixen will try and make a claim to power. In Vanguard multiplayer, the H4 Blixen does deliver a reliable 3-shot kill at further range than the Owen gun, which is very, very cool, albeit at a slower fire rate, which is a little bit interesting here. It also has 3 more bullets per magazine and a slightly better vertical recoil control, aim down sight speed, and reload quickness. The recoil pattern can be a little bit of a trouble apparently, so we do have to add those recoil controlling attachments, but when you do learn the recoil pattern from the H4 Blixen, you should be able to compete at medium range gunfights for the most part, which is exactly what we are after for something like this. A bit of an assault rifle SMG kind of hybrid weapon at those medium distances. You can unlock the H4 Blixen by completing its SMG-based challenge. You do have to get 3 slide kills in 15 different games, or of course you can purchase the store bundle as usual. If you do want to skip out on the challenge, you just unlock it via this bundle skin, which is actually definitely interesting. But again, completing the challenge does involve you getting 3 slide kills in single match 15 different times. There is going to be some interesting bundles here. The Spilled Ink curated and designed by top tattoo artists. As you can see, these lovely operators do have tattoos here, which is very, very cool. And they're all designed by different people, which is definitely an interesting addition to the game. I love seeing sort of real life stuff get added to these games, which is very, very interesting, but not something I'm likely to buy because I mean, we've got to save our pennies here. There are multiple Mastercraft bundles incoming. As you can probably expect, they do like to make money on these updates by adding very cool additions to the game. As you can see, there's like a sort of a little bit of an electric sort of Tesla coily style weapon in the high voltage pack. And of course, I'm sure there is multiple different bundles coming as well. There's going to be other ones also available in the season. There's a Tracer Pack Dark Ether Mastercraft bundle, a Zombies themed pack, which is very cool. And there is the Tracer Pack Tread Lightly Mastercraft bundle, which I see just some prototype themed weaponry. Of course, as you can probably expect, there is going to be a lot more to come from this update. I'm a little sad that there's only one multiplayer map being added to the game, a little bit unfortunate, and only one gun being added to the game as well. I would love to see more added in these updates just to keep people interested in the game. We are basically almost done with Vanguard. There's only a couple of seasons to go, man. This thing isn't getting a season 6. It's only getting 5 seasons from what I have heard, and being able to add more content into those updates is definitely better than adding less. So again, we just want to see more content get added to these games. Again, thank you very much for watching this one. I am very, very excited for the Season 3 Reloaded update, especially for the new map Sphere, which does look very, very cool. But again, as I said, thank you for watching this one. Make sure you hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on if you've not already done so. And again, hopefully that means I will see you in the next video. Bye!